this is Stephen Bronner. I'm here with Brooke Swift from iPoint, and we're going to talk about your product that you have this year at CEDIA. First year at CEDIA, you have a beautiful booth. Tell me what you guys do.
Well, iPoint is a centralized application designed to consolidate all of the needs of an AV business into a single application. So, and we want to be cross-platform compatible so that they can use this on a Mac, Windows, or an iOS device. And it's important that we're not just a web browser, but we're actually a native application.
Okay, great. So, do you bring in scheduling, like service call scheduling, all the parts and stuff? What are the moving parts that you try to organize for the integrator?
Absolutely. So it actually starts at the beginning. Yes, we do service calls and that type of thing, but more importantly, we start at the beginning with a project, which is going to be a proposal going out to a client. So we have a complete proposal generation system.
Nice.
It then converts to a sales order. So we want to separate out what are my jobs just in proposals, out for bid, what's my closed money. Right. So we've got a separate section called our sales order system where our closed deals are. That's where we then manage invoicing, so we're able to send out invoices, and we can do either line item invoices, or we can do summary invoicing. So we're compatible either way. If you want to send out a 10% invoice, or if you want to send out line for line invoices, we're good with either one of those.
Okay.
We then can take that payment, process the payment, and then we sync all that into QuickBooks. So we're not just pushing estimates to QuickBooks, we're actually going to push an invoice and payment all into QuickBooks.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. So how do you do you do inventory tracking?
Absolutely. So as part of that sales order, after the invoice has been paid, we're going to change our status, our billing status, to deposit received. At that point, the system automatically is going to notify your project manager or the purchasing manager. They're then going to go and look at the parts needed for that job, look at what we have on hand, because we have a complete inventory system. So we show all of your stock statuses, parts on hand, parts on order, and parts allocated. So Nice. They can see, hey, I might have 3 of these on hand, but 2 of them are already allocated. So I'm going to need 2. I better grab the one I got and put the other one on order.
Wow, so all those parts I have sitting on dusty shelves, they actually get in the system and get used.
Absolutely, we want to make sure.
That's a big money saver. That sounds incredible.
Thank
so
you.
if all the platforms are covered, I see that you do the iOS, the Windows. What is it that you think your product does to change the industry? What are you trying to do that no one else is doing?
Yeah, it's the integration and then communication component. So we don't want to rely on a third party to fill a section, because anytime you turn over control or try to integrate, it's just an area where there's a breakdown. So our goal is to keep everything centralized so that if you make a change in the product manager, you've ordered the product and you've received it in full, iPoint's going to automatically notify the project manager that the warehouse has received all that product. So we're tying together the communication. As a project manager, I might go in and say, hey, I have a builder who has a question about this job that I'm managing. He creates an assignment for the salesperson. The salesperson gets notified by iPoint. He's going to open iPoint, see the note, see the project, respond to it in there saying he took care of it. That tells the PM that it's been taken care of. All this is living in one world.
Great, so you take all the parts that's kind of existing from different people already, and you said, you know what, why have all this separate? You bring it together.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So what would an integrator be looking at to get started as far as cost goes, to get started with your system?
So this is a really important component of our platform. We are a hybrid solution, and why we do that is if you work strictly in the cloud, meaning I use a web browser and somebody else has my data and I pay you a monthly fee for that data. If I decide that I don't like you in 2 years and I stop paying that monthly fee, where's your data?
It's gone.
It's gone. It's an unfortunate little problem with using the cloud only. Right. We don't want our dealers in that situation. We want, if we're the right solution, they'll continue to work with us. If we're not, we're not going to take their data away. So we are a split model. They're going to purchase a license to our system, and we typically deploy it on a local server. We can host it for them if they want that done. 9 times out of 10, we put them on a local machine in their office for performance reasons. That cost is $3,500 for our system, and it's the first user. And it's everything they need, there's no other fees. So we're going to, with that, import all their data for them, help them set up a custom template for their proposals. We're going to provide all the tech support and training they need to get going. The QuickBooks sync is all done. We work with them with their QuickBooks expert to get that synchronization done. All that's included for $3,500.
Okay.
Additional users are one-time $299.
Okay.
They own those seats. The system will work regardless of whether they take advantage and use our hosted services or not. The hosting side of it, though, is the cloud service. These guys don't want to deal with servers. They don't want to deal with installing updates. They just want it to work.
Right.
And that's why we have this big push to the cloud. So we provide that service. Even though a server is residing in your office, we manage that server beginning to end for you. We're doing the backups, we're managing your server, we're installing the updates. You're just logging in and using iPoint.
That's
right?
awesome. That sounds great.
Each of those, that server is $150 a month, $45 each additional user.
Okay.
That's our monthly. We don't charge extra for different features. Every user's the same.
Okay.
It's the for our cost structure. We should be competitive. If you're using a proposal generation system and another field management system,
Right.
those two costs combined should be right on target with what you're spending on us.
That is excellent. Well, Brooks, it was great speaking with you. iPoint, incredible. It sounds like it's going to change things, brings everything together. Thanks for your time.
Absolutely, man.
You have a great CEDIA.
Thanks, Steve.